Feels like a rip. Oh my God. That is a huge snook. I think he's got it. I think he's got it. I think he's got it. Got him. Got him. Oh. Oh yeah. This is a nice one. Come on. Get some ground on him. There we go. That's a nice trout right there. Holy cow, look at this thing. We're gonna measure him up. That trout tickle right there, man. That color. I just got slammed on that color today, guys. That doesn't say something. Oh, that's a tarpon. What's up, guys? Chris from One More Cast. So I just got out on the water today. Salty Rich was actually at the ramp whenever I pulled up, so we were both launching at the same time. The subscriber that came out with us last time, Rick, he actually texted me last night. He said he's gonna be out here also. He came out here sometime earlier this week, and he actually had a pretty good day out here. So he told me he was coming out here, so we're gonna go ahead and fish with him again. But yeah, as you guys can see, I've got a chest mount on right here, no head mount. I've got my new GoPro. I've actually got another mount right here in front of me now, so I can kind of get an angle at me like this. And I'll show you guys. I actually got some a little cord around it. That way, if that mount happens to fall, then it'll actually catch on this side of the kayak. But getting out here today, not really gonna do like a huge hardcore fishing video. I'm gonna try to catch a lot of fish, but there's a test I've been wanting to do. I've actually been wanting Salt Strong to do this test, and I haven't seen them do it yet. But so before they had the Slam Shady came out, and Z-Man's in a 3-inch and a 4-inch paddle tail. Well, when Salt Strong came out with their Slam Shady 2.0, it was a 3.5-inch. So there's never really been a fair way to test them side by side, because either way you're a 1/2 inch off. So when they came out with the Mulligan is actually a 4-inch bait. So what I've got today is I got this is the Slam Shady, but the Mulligan, it's a 4-inch bait, and I've got the Z-Man 4-inch diesel minnow. They're both 4-inch baits. Now the Mulligan's definitely gonna have an advantage because it's made to cast farther, but I'm not really focusing on that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretty much do a little review side by side. 5 casts with one, 5 casts with the other. I've got them both on my Penn Battle setups. They're both the same exact rod, same exact reel. I've got 2 setups exactly like this. Both have 10-pound braid. Both have the 20-pound fluoro with the 30-pound tippet on it, and both of them are going to be thrown on a 3/16 ounce Texas-side jig head. So that's really what I wanted to come out here and do, is test them side by side. Last time I was out here, Rich gave me a nice little pack of Salt Strong baits, so I got 2 of those Slam Shady Mulligans in that pack. So I decided to do a test with them side by side, see which one outperforms the other, and I'm going to base it on castability, durability, and which one just all around catches fish the most. I think they're going to be I think it's going to be more of a tie when it comes to catching fish. I think castability, the Mulligan's going to win, and I think durability, the Z-Man's going to win. But right now the tide is actually going out. We're about halfway through the tide going out. It's going to get pretty low today, and we got about 8 to, let's say, about 12 mile-an-hour winds. It says 10 on the app, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be more likely 12, 15. The wind apps are always off. But yeah, I'm going to get out here. Salty Rich is over that way, and Rick is already out here somewhere. I don't know where he's at, but I'm going to get out here, try to get some topwater bite, try to see if there's some big trout still in the area. And once the topwater bite's over with, I'm going to start I'm gonna start going around these paddle tails. I might throw a spoon around too just to get some bites, but I really want to see how these paddle tails compare to each other. So I'm gonna get out here, try to get some fish, and see you guys soon. All right, so this new point of view might take a little bit for me to get used to. I'm so used to turning my head and being able to capture video just by turning my head and looking in the direction that I'm fishing. So I'm gonna have to get more used to turning my whole body just to capture a video. Like if I'm fishing over here, I'm actually gonna have to turn my whole body, whereas before I could just kind of turn my head and kind of fish like this and just turn my head and get all the action. So it's definitely gonna be an adjustment for me, guys. I don't want to take the risk of losing another GoPro though. So I'm hoping also that these two different angles that I'm gonna have will kind of enhance the quality of my videos. You'll actually get to see me in my videos more than just, you know, first person point of view. Okay, so I got both rigged up. So here's a Z-Man right here. So I'm gonna say, when it comes to rigging, especially on these Texas eyes, this was a lot easier to rig, believe it or not, just because it has this fin on top. So it gives me like a centering point of where to come out of the back of this to make sure it's on there even. But this is the Z-Man right here, 3/16 ounce Texas eye jig head. All right, and I've got the Mulligan right here. Now as far as rigging goes, there's really no centering point on the back to tell me where it needs to come out. I can see it says salt strong on the back of this bait, but it doesn't really give me a center point of where to come out at whenever I'm coming out the tip. So another downfall that I don't like about this bait versus the Z-Man has the little fins on top that kind of act like a weed guard. These I'm gonna have to bury the pin into the top of the bait. But like I said, this one's definitely heavier. So since this one's heavier and it's missing the keeper, I think it's pretty much gonna balance out. Now the only thing I'm gonna do differently is I'm pretty sure they come pre-scented. They have their own scent to them. I can smell a scent on them, whereas the Z-Mans, they don't have a scent on them at all. So I'm gonna put Procure on both of these baits to make it even when it comes to scents in the baits at least. But like I said, they're both rigged on the same exact reel. They're both rigged on it's a Penn Battle 3 2500 with 10-pound braid. There's 20-pound fluorocarbon, and then attached at the end of the fluorocarbon there's a 30-pound fluorocarbon as a tippet, just in case I hook in this snook. The leaders are within a ½ inch of the same length. I try to get as close as possible, but after I tie the knots and stuff like that, you know, that maybe off by a ½ inch. I don't think that's going to be a huge factor, seeing as we're in really dark water right now. Like I said, so far I'm used to the Z-Mans, so I'm already a little bit more, it's easier for me to rig the Z-Mans, whereas the Mulligan, I kind of had to baby it on because I didn't want to tear it. With the Z-Mans, I can be real rough with it, just pop it on, no issues. And usually if I mess up, I can kind of pull it out and put it back in, and I never really have to worry about anything. With the Mulligan, I've definitely kind of eased it on very slowly, because I know with those, if you mess up, I mean, it can really cause action loss of your bait or tearing like a lot earlier than it should be. But I'm gonna go ahead and get over here on these mangroves. I'm gonna start with the Z-Man, do 5 casts, and then I'm gonna switch to Mulligan, 5 casts. And I'm gonna keep doing 5 casts, and I'm gonna end on each one. That way, if I do switch to using the spoon or a different bait on one of my other rods, I can pick up with the last one I used. All right, so I got some mullet Procure. I'll put some on here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that those salt strong baits are pre-scented. So I'm just gonna, even if I don't know, putting this Procure on both of them will even the playing fields. These Z-Man Diezel MinnowZ don't come pre-scented, so the paddlers do, the shrimps do, there's a lot of them that do, the jerk shads do, but these Diezel MinnowZ don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. This is gonna be the first 5 casts. Alright, that's cast number 2 with the Z-Man. Oh, I let go. That was a redfish. I didn't set the hook good enough, but I seen it was a redfish. So we're gonna count that as a bite. It was a redfish. I seen him. I just didn't set the hook good enough on him. So this is cast number 3. That was definitely a redfish though. I seen him when he came up to the top. Alright, cast number 4. Last cast for the Z-Man. So this is the 5th cast now. It feels like a red. This is cast number 5. Oh yeah, that's a nice red. That's a nice red. Alright. Alright. Alright guys, so this guy up in here. He's not a big guy. He's not huge. But there we go. That Z-Man in his mouth. So that was the 5th cast with the Z-Man. It's not a big one, but hey, we'll take him, right? Right there. That Z-Man in his mouth. So get a measurement on him. Alright, he's 19 inches. Easy, bud. Easy, bud. Alright, so it's the 5th cast with the Z-Man. Go ahead and let him go. Oh yeah, he swam off good. Alright guys, so 2nd cast with Z-Man. Ended up getting a hooking up on a red, but didn't land it. And that was 5th cast with the Z-Man. Landed a red. So far that's not a bad test. Alright, so 2nd cast I had a red hit it. Like I said, I didn't land it, but I definitely seen it. I'm going to count that as a hookup. I'll do the same thing with the Mulligan also. Put some same thing, mullet, procure, dabbing it on him too. That way the fields are even. Like I said, I honestly just want to see if these are better than the Z-Mans. I want to see if they'll hold up better. I want to see if they'll get as much strike. They're supposed to cast further. So let's see how they do. But same exact setup, 3/16 ounce Texas jig head. I'm gonna do the 5 cast with this one now. This one is definitely heavier. I can feel it in the rod. This is definitely heavier. The last tech though is normally a lighter material. We're gonna go ahead, this 1st cast with the Mulligan. Definitely a heavier bait. I can feel it. That is a heavier bait. This is number 3. As far as like castability, I was reaching the same exact distance with that Z-Man up against these bushes. Okay, this is going to be cast number 4. So I'm having the same issue now, because I'm showing the first 5 casts of every one just to make but so this is the first time I've actually brought up grass with the mulligan. The Z-Man I brought a couple up, it was a couple times. The Z-Man I brought grass up a couple times, but this is cast number 4. Okay, this is going to be cast number 5. Alright, so nothing on the mulligan in 5 casts. So now, let's just see, because I did hook both those redfish in the same area, let's see if the Z-Man will make a difference. So, let's go cast number 1. Same distance, really. I mean, I can tell that there's definitely, the mulligan definitely has a little bit better casting quality. As far as how much, I don't think it's that much. All the same points. Maybe a little. Fourth cast on the Z-Man. Alright, this is 4th cast on the Z-Man. Yep. And I just threw the mulligan right up in the same area. Alright, got him in the net. Alright, so this is 2nd round with the Z-Man right here. And well, he just threw it out, but he went into water. But yeah, so that was a 2nd round on the Z-Man, 4th cast. And I got a snook. So far, I've already got my redfish and my snook on the Z-Man. So I might slam on the Z-Man before I catch anything on the mulligan. And that's 5. Ooh. Alright, so that was cast number 5. So what I'm going to do, call it unfair if you want. I'm going to throw right back in the same spot. I felt a big bump. I'm going to throw back in the same spot, because if I throw the Z-Man in right after feeling the bump on this, and I catch that fish, I don't want someone to say, well, you felt the bump on the mulligan, so you threw the Z-Man in there and that counts. So I'm actually going to give this one a 6th try on that same point right there. So I'm actually giving this one an extra shot just to see if I can feel that bump again, because I did feel a bump. It wasn't a big bump, but I did feel a bump. So I'm going to give this one a 2nd shot at that bump. Okay, and nothing. So 3. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to drop this anchor down. Net ready. Oh. net ready. So that's the mulligan. All right. Hands wet. All right, so there's that mulligan right there. That was on a third cast. Right there, mulligan. Little trout. About measuring. Let's see how big he is. Like I said, you guys know I got this tournament coming up, so I'm trying to measure every fish, work on getting a picture with them. Okay. Trout are hard. Yeah, there it goes. That's why I'm trying to practice right there. Because these trout are definitely the hardest fish to take pictures of. All right, so 1 fish for the mulligan, 3 fish for the Z-Man. So I've got 2 more casts with the mulligan. I'm gonna go ahead and take those real quick and see if I can get something else on them. All right, so I'm out here with Rick. He's a subscriber of mine. He was out here last time with me and Rich. He just got a, let's see, he just got a nice trout. I don't know if I can turn to see it. Yeah, he just got a nice trout over there. All right, 4th cast with the mulligan. Oh, something bumped me. Something bumped me. I got a bump. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I got my puffer fish. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that back here. I got 1 more mulligan left. This is a Texas eye trick that oh, Rick's hooked up again. What you got? Another trout? This is the Texas eye trick. And like I said, I'm almost babying it on there just to get it on there so I don't tear it up. But this is the trick right there. And I've noticed if I come out by the A and salt, so it says salt strong on the top. So I found out if I come out by the A, that's where the best place to come out the top at is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some Procure, mullet Procure. That way it's not 2 different scents, same scent. I'll put some on there. And go ahead and get it rubbed in. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and continue to throw this guy. So that was 4th cast, so this is 5th cast right here with the, alright, so it's the mulligan's turn, but this might actually give it the unfair advantage. Is I'm right on a school of bait right now. And there's definitely fish blowing up in it, so we're gonna go ahead and throw in there. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Alright, got another fish on. Oh, that's a nice trout. Nice trout. Alright. Oh. Come on. Alright. There we go. Nice trout. I'll go ahead and get my camera set up ready. Alright. This is a nice trout. Right here. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, definitely gotta measure him. Right there. So I'll go ahead and get this guy. This net out of the way. Hook fell out. But it's right here. It's that mulligan. Oh, easy. Man, these things are very hard to handle. I don't have my gloves on either. Alright. So, get him on the board. Try to get a picture. 18 inches. There he is right there. 18-inch trout. I'm gonna go ahead and let him go. There he goes. Alright, so that's 2 fish with the mulligan, both of them being trout. So you can take that with what you want. That was the first cast with the mulligan in the school of bait. So I'm gonna make a couple more casts and see what else we can get. There's so much bait out here, guys. So much bait out here. Oh, there we go. All right. Are we gonna count this, guys? So we foul hooked a pinfish. So I don't know if we should count it or not. That's a foul hook. It's a bait fish. We're not gonna count this one just because it's didn't even eat it. So this one, I mean, if you guys want me to count it, I'll count it. If not, tell me in the comments if it counts at the end and we'll adjust the score. Personally, I don't think it should count. It's a bait fish, but I know how some guys can be. Alright, so this is last cast with the mulligan. Oh, there we go. Trying to keep my hands down because I don't want to have my hands all in the video. Alright, so that's last cast with the mulligan. That was the 5th cast. Got a nice little trout right here. Oh, he de-hooked himself. Alright, go ahead and let him go. So that's 3 fish with the mulligan, 3 fish with the Z-Man. That was the last cast. That was the 5th cast for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to the Z-Man. Okay, so now start with the Z-Man. That's first cast with the Z-Man. As soon as it hit the water, look at that. Oh, it's fighting pretty hard. I don't know what this is. Oh, it let go. Did it? Oh no. That's another trout. He was fighting pretty hard, guys. Alright, so it's 4th fish on the Z-Man. And I'm gonna definitely point out, I just slammed on the Z-Man. So 4th fish on the Z-Man. I also caught my red and my snook on the Z-Man. So I didn't catch a redfish or a snook on the mulligan. 5th cast with the mulligan. Alright, so this is 5th cast with the mulligan. Oh, we're gonna count that as a fish. That's a grouper. Wow, look at that. Alright, so that's 4th fish with the mulligan. There you go. That was on the last cast with the mulligan. Something hit it. So look what we're having now. We're having this issue right here. It's starting to slide off the base of the hook. There's a little bit of damage done to the nose, but hopefully it keeps working. And last cast with the mulligan. So something actually just hit it as I was bringing it in. This was the last cast with the mulligan, and as you can see, it just, the nose finally gave out right there. Finally gave out. So that's the end of the test anyways. That's crazy how that just happened, but that is the end of the test. And it was on the very last cast for the mulligan, so I got the same exact number of casts on both baits. Alright guys, so that is the end of that test with the Z-Man versus Salt Strong Mulligan. So like I said, they are both rigged on a Penn Battle 3 2500. They're both rigged on the same exact rod right there. Same exact rod, same exact reel, same exact line, same exact fluoro, the 30 with the blood knot to the 20, and even the Alberto knot that I tie right here. So that is Z-Man. It is on a 3/16 ounce jig head, glow eye. I put mullet Procure on both of them. And I'll show you same thing with this one. So same thing with this one right here. You got a Penn Battle 2500 10-pound braid, Power Pro braid. Same exact rod setup right there. Same exact rod setup. Is a Penn Battle 3 rod. You got a 3/16 ounce Texas eye jig head with the glow eye also. 30-pound with a blood knot leading to 20-pound, and then the Alberto knot right there. So same exact setup. There's not one difference in these setups at all. I buy both of these combos at Bass Pro Shop. I like them because they have warranty. They've never failed me. They're a lighter action rod, so I use these for a lot of my finesse fishing anyways. A lot of paddle tail fishing. I really don't work top waters on these or plugs on these. Mainly just, you know, paddle tails and kind of finesse for during the winter. All right, so my little Versus thing is done with. It's over. I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing around this jig head. This is that Polk County Tweaker. I think it's in the Alabama Leprechaun, I think it's called. Alabama Leprechaun color. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this around and see how it does with catching these trout compared to what my jerk shad normally does. So I'm just gonna start drifting this. And I'll probably call it an early day. You know, I've caught quite a few fish today already. Caught some decent fish, and I really wanted to come out and do like that little Versus thing. But yeah, that was all right. First fish on that Polk County Tweaker. Nice trout. Nice trout. Oh, come here. All right. It's on the Polk County Tweaker, the Alabama Leprechaun color. There we go. Nice little trout right there. Alright, so this pretty much ties into my other tackle videos, but so that's the first fish on this tweaker right here. It's the very first fish, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see how that's torn? That's off of one fish right there. So I'm gonna keep throwing it, but so far one fish on this thing, and it's already got quite a bit of a tear in the back of it. This feels like a nice sized trout. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. There's another one sitting there with it. That's a nice sized trout right there, guys. Not too bad. Oh, slot sized trout. Probably about 15, 16. Oh, whoa, I don't know what that was. This guy came jumping out and scared something else. Maybe that was he came jump out the water, and I think there was maybe a manatee sitting there. I hope I got that on camera. Alright, so look, so the that tweaker actually came off. There it is, it came out of his mouth. So he actually flew through the tweaker. There it is. He's bleeding right here. I wonder if he got bit by something. Alright, there he goes. But yeah, so that Polk County Tweaker came off. It's the only issue, you know, I figured I'd have with these other baits is the durability of them. Oh, got a hook, got fish. Alright, pretty sure it's gonna be a nice trout. Yeah, trolling this thing, so. There's another trout. little guy. So that's on that Z-Man 4-inch diesel minnow. You know, gotta get out of there. All right. Oh, I told you guys these things are the hardest thing to handle on a boat. Little guy, nothing big. Hey, you can see how far the tides came out. This morning I was up there in the water, and now I'm all the way out here. Tide, this is probably the biggest tide we've had in a while. Yeah, it's definitely quite a bit of water went out today. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. Called it an early day pretty much today. I started heading in around 10:30. So I was out there. I think I launched at like 6:30, somewhere in there, 6:20, 6:30. So about 4 hours of fishing. Not too long of fishing day, but you know, I got my slam, which is really awesome. And you know, when Rich gave me those Salt Strong baits, because I don't have access to them anymore. You know, I don't have the Salt Strong membership anymore. He gave me those baits, so it got me to thinking that I really wanted to do the Z-Man versus Mulletron, you know, test, see which one actually works better. And pretty much in conclusion of my test is they both caught fish. They both, you know, did really well. Each has their pros and cons, as any bait does. You know, Z-Mans have cons. These other, you know, Salt Strong's baits have cons. None of these baits are the perfect baits to throw. I mean, so, and every time I get into this discussion with someone, it comes down to, you know, personal preference. What do you prefer? Would you rather cast a little bit further, or would you rather have a bait that lasts longer? You know, would you rather, you know, get 10 baits in a pack or 5 baits in a pack? Like, it all depends on personal preference, really. You know, heavier bait, lighter bait. So that's really what it comes down to. I think they both performed evenly. They both caught fish. You know, the Mulletron caught the 4 fish. The Z-Man, even if I don't count that redfish that I didn't land, still landed 4, so we can call it a tie. But you know, I hooked into that fish. You know, I fought it for a while, and then it eventually just threw the hook. So I counted that just because it is a fish that I did hook on that bait. So that's the reason I did count it. Same aspect is if I would have hooked into a fish and it got off on the Mulletron, I would have counted the same. Like I said, I've got 0 reasons to make one bait stand out better than the other. Yes, I fish Z-Mans all the time. That is my preferred bait of choice. I don't get anything from Z-Man. I don't get any discount codes. I don't get anything at all from Z-Man. I just use them. I go to the bait shop where I normally go, and I get them there. That's where I go to get my baits. They don't give me discounts on them. I don't get any discounts on any of these baits. Same with the Salt Strong. I don't get the 20% off that most Salt Strong members get. I don't get any of that from Salt Strong baits. So there's no reason for me to fake a test or make one bait look better. I prefer Z-Mans. Whenever I go out with people, I tell them, you know, I use Z-Mans. If you want to try one, you can. I never force them on anybody. I just always say that is in my opinion, my preferred bait. So I know there's probably gonna people get on here and make comments about, you know, well, you did this or you did that. I made this test as even as I possibly could. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know, that was my main reason for coming out today. It wasn't to target a slam. It wasn't to, you know, really do anything other than test those 2 baits out and see which one performs better. Because Salt Strong, as far as I know, Salt Strong has not compared a 4-inch diesel minnow against a 4-inch Mulligan. I've asked them before in the past, and they said that, you know, it wouldn't be a fair test because the MinnowZ is 3 inches and the 2.0 is 3.5 inches, or the diesel minnow is 4 inches and the 2.0 is 3.5 inches. So there's that ½ inch difference between both of those baits, so they can't really evenly test it. And even with the Multron's made to cast farther. So is it an even test? Technically, no. Technically, the Multron casts farther, so technically that's an advantage. But I did it with that advantage because I wanted to test it to see how well it'd do. And honestly, the end result is about what I thought was gonna have. I came out with 2 of those Mulligans, and they tore up, you know, within 3 hours. So I figured that was going to happen, that I was going to end up having to stop the test due to that bait not lasting as long as the Z-Man. But, I mean, hang on, I got to stop for a second. Look at this view, guys. And this right here is why I would never leave Florida. It's beautiful. That's what I see every time I come over this bridge. Anyways, I had to show you guys that. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, I know people's gonna get on there and say this about the Mulligan and this about the Z-Man. The rods were the exact same. The reel was the exact same. The weight and line was the same. The brand of line was Power Pro. There was no difference at all. The only difference in those 2 baits was on the text side, one of them had the keeper on it, one of them didn't. The Mulligan was a heavier bait. The Z-Man was a lighter bait. That little bit of weight from that keeper being on there was not enough of a difference to make it a flaw test. But like I said, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, the different views that I'm incorporating in my videos now. Like I said, I've got a new mount that I've got set up to where I can get I can actually get me in the videos now instead of just my head turning back and forth like this. But like I said, you can go ahead and get out here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Last time I checked, I was at 773. So, I mean, this month has been awesome. I mean, from August to September, I've been really spiking up in subscribers, which is great. I really want to hit that 1,000 by November. That'd be awesome. Actually, November, the day of the tournament, that's when I'm hoping. I want to have 1,000 by the day of the tournament in November. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure if this is where I'm fishing for the tournament yet. It's definitely at the top right now. Out of the past 10 or 11 trips, I've slammed every trip but maybe 1 or 2. I mean, I'm catching quality fish. Now, the redfish have gone down in size, but I'm finding them. I'm finding the redfish. So the tournament is an inshore slam tournament. You have to catch all 3 species. You have to catch a trout, redfish, and snook. I've been doing that here consistently. So right now is at the top of my list, yes. I got a couple of trips I'm trying to plan within the next couple weeks also. So I definitely want to get to some different areas and see how they'll do. I think I'm going to try some parts over in the Charlotte Harbor, see how that's doing over there, and, you know, make a decision probably the week before the tournament. I'm gonna make that decision. Like I said, I do have I'm going in with a partner. I'm gonna be on a team, so I'll reveal that teammate either at the captain's meeting. Might do a little video at the captain's meeting and reveal them, or it'll be the morning of the tournament. So I'm really excited to fish with this person. I think this person is going to be a huge asset to my team. They definitely know how to fish, and they've landed a lot of nice fish in the past. So I'm really excited to get out there with him, and like I said, I'll reveal him to either the morning of the tournament or the day at the captain's meeting. If I do a little video for the captain's meeting, I'll probably reveal him then. I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely not going to be anytime soon. But yep, I got some spots I got picked out that I'm going to fish still. Weigh my options, not put all my eggs in one basket here, and I'm going to go ahead and get out here. Remember guys, it's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.